Hey guys, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited with our interview today with Nicole Liloia. She is a therapist and business coach and strategist that helps women entrepreneurs build bigger businesses. And I know that's what we all want, and we are really aiming for this. So she loves helping them create multiple income streams that allow them the freedom to work less and still make more money. I mean, doesn't that sound amazing? So we've got some great tips coming up, and I can't wait for you to get to know Nicole a little bit better. Here we go. All right, we're going. And Nicole, I'm so excited to have you here on this call. You know, Nicole and I have been friends for so many years. She is one of my favorite people in the online world, and she has just been so powerful in helping women like level them up to that next level of their income, their business, and she's helped people in their lives because everything's connected, right? So Nicole, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here too and just be taking a deeper dive into how you can grow your business.
I know, right? That's what the name of the game is here. How are you going to grow your business, right? So I wanted to, just to dial into what you do. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do with your work and, how it's changed your life? And I know that you used to work with people one-to-one in real life, and then you went to this online world and just your business exploded. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first business was as a therapist with a local private practice. And when I started it, I realized that I had kind of recreated a 9 to 5 for myself, where I was going to be having to see a certain amount of clients every week in person. And, as an introvert and someone who needs to protect my energy, I knew that I couldn't see that many clients every week, that I would be very drained. And I also realized that it would actually put a limit on my income.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah, because I would only be able to make money for the clients that I saw each week. And again, after a certain amount of one-to-one clients, your time is capped. So, that's when I discovered the online business world, and I discovered things like coaching, which I felt were more creative, and group programs and courses, and affiliate income, which is sort of like a referral-based income. And I started to explore other ways to create income so that I could leverage my time and build a bigger business without working so hard.
I love that. The energy thing around that people don't get is they just want to fill their books. And then all of a sudden they realize, and I'm the same way, you realize that I'm booked, I'm packed, and then all of a sudden you're just drained. You're like, oh, my energy's all gone. So then you have to figure out, okay, now what do I do? I mean, this is what I was taught. So how do I scale my business to that next level when you only have so many hours in a day and still, feel good? I mean, this is something that I know you and I have talked about many times, and wow, it's just been crazy. So when you started thinking about how you were going to shift your business into that next level, what did you do? What were the first steps?
Well, I experimented with some income streams. I experimented with coaching with stress management, and I created like a journal prompts book and a course from that.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
But the truth is they actually didn't get much traction. So what I started doing was I started doing free coaching calls to really get a better idea of what people were interested in, what I could help with, what my strengths were. And at that time, what I saw people were interested in was help hitting their goals, help at that time leaving their job like I had left their job. I had taken time to travel, so they wanted to go more into the business, and they wanted to create more income in their business and create steady income in their business. So I had been off base in what people were interested in from me.
Wow. Okay. So that is something I'm going to switch over to, so we're both being seen on here, but that is something that's really interesting. Because I think people skip over the goal part often. I mean, they just kind of like go into this and they're like, I just want clients, and they don't have a money goal. And that was one of the biggest things that helped me the most, was having this like money goal and knowing how many clients do I need? What do I need to create? And then what did that lead for you once you started getting?
Yeah. Well, I did about, I think, 45 calls over 6 weeks.
Wow.
And, I just by doing those free calls, I did sign on some one-to-one clients for coaching, which was really exciting because that
Mm-hmm.
was the direction that I wanted to head in at that time,
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted the flexibility
Mm-hmm.
to be working from home, to be working online, to be able to work, and travel at the same time. And then from there, I actually decided to try to fill a group program, which made me really
Mm.
nervous.
Yeah.
And at that time, I wasn't just, taking strategic steps. I was working with you on the energy piece and
Yeah.
opening my energy to new income streams, because I was really scared that I wouldn't be able to do it, and I was also struggling with the confidence piece of like running a group. So I needed to work on my mindset and removing any energy blocks that and fears that were potentially holding me back from
Mm-hmm.
hitting my income, even though I was taking the right strategic steps.
Yes, and I remember that. It's just like, I mean, you know how I feel about that. Energy is everything, and you could be doing all the right action steps, and if you're not in the right frame of mind or in the right energy, it just doesn't seem to work, or you go really slow. So I remember that making a huge impact very quickly for you. Didn't you, like, I forget what did you do? Like a certain number
Yeah.
in,
As
yeah.
a result, I filled 10 spots in a group program, launched and filled the program over 2 weeks using,
Wow.
going back to people from the calls that I had done,
Mm-hmm.
also emailing my list and just like really like sharing it everywhere, which I'd never done before.
Yeah.
I never was very visible. I was lurking, I was holding myself back. And I really think that energy work we did remove some of the blocks around that. And I was able to use the strategies that I knew and had used to
Yeah.
fill my first business. I was able to transfer those strategies online to fill those online programs and
So
market that.
basically, you jumped into out, you cleared that lack of abundance mindset. You
Mhm.
were open to receiving at that point. And so all those steps and all those expert, tools that you had that you implemented were able to really have that impact that you wanted. That is amazing. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what advice would you give others that are starting out doing this, or even somebody that's just, maybe they've hit a plateau? I'll let you pick. Maybe they've hit a plateau. They're doing all the one-to-ones and they're just like, they're getting burnout and tired. Their energy's not all there anymore. What advice would you give them to get back, to help them?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe in moving to some leveraged income, typically through group programs. I see a lot of people try to launch a course, but usually when we have one-to-one practices, we don't have the audience yet. We haven't been focused on building, our mailing list. We don't have that engaged community of fans that are ready to buy from us and buy consistently, just like a passive product. So I think it's really important to kind of do what I did, which is like interview people, find out exactly what they want, see the common threads that align with your skills, create a live, program from there, and not create the content or anything like that until you sell it. So
I
you know
love that. I
what
can't tell you how many times I was guilty of creating stuff ahead of time. And you were like, Melissa, don't do that.
Wait.
Like, oh, yeah.
I
And I
know,
got
it's
so
so
excited.
hard.
I mean, I'm so grateful to have what I've created, but it's so much easier just to create once you feel into what people want to, what they want, and
Yeah.
give them what
And I
they
mean,
want. And then,
that's what I did with the journaling booking course. That probably has made me $500 total.
really? Oh, I thought that was so cute too. I
I
loved it.
know it was
I
good,
buy
but
all those kind of courses.
it wasn't specific. I didn't like ask people what they wanted or to what kind of goals they wanted to
Yeah.
achieve through journaling. So it was very vague. It was just about stress.
Yeah.
It wasn't about results.
Hmm.
So, I think that was really the difference in the turning point for launching the mastermind, the group program, and filling it so quickly and hitting, $10,000 with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now masterminds have brought me in, more than six figures or multiple six figures, probably
That's
about
awesome.
six figures over the years in my business.
Yep. That is amazing. I love it. And it's just like, it's so good because I love seeing the transformation over time with what you were talking about. Just, showing that it's possible from going from just your regular day job to transforming into this online world and being able to work distant. And
Mhm.
especially during this time with COVID and everything, I mean, it's so needed. And we need to be able to create this space where we can do things from our home. And
Mhm.
we have that option. So whether we're in perfect times or not, it's a great place to be. So have you been able to maintain this abundance energy and this, this high vibe and, in your business and in other ways? Or do you find yourself going back to struggling every now and then? And if you do, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I go back to struggling every now and then. You things ebb and flow, and sometimes when you get in the habit, and I still
Mhm,
struggle with the strategy and the marketing piece too, because things start going well,
mhm.
and you sort of pull back,
Oh,
from
I know.
from the
Yeah.
from the strategy piece, and even the mindset work and things like that.
Mhm.
And it's ironic because that's what I help people with.
Yeah.
So of course, one of the things I do is like invest, time and money into support myself. So, getting help from you with the energy piece and the mindset piece and things like that. Getting help from business coaches myself in terms of strategy and new strategies that I haven't tried to get to the next level, investing in, masterminds and group programs myself where I can get peer support, and
Yeah.
grow. I think that's been really, really important.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that looking outside of yourself to get help, I invest every single month in myself. And I mean, I look at it as how can you expect people to invest in you when you're not even willing to invest in yourself? I mean, it's energy, right? You put that
Mhm.
out there, you put that out there that you are willing to invest in yourself, and then you're going to bring those people that are willing to invest in you. You get what you put out. So I love that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought that up. So, what is the number one? I'm going to read your question. What is the number one business? What number one step business owners must take now to grow their business quickly? Ooh, I want this one.
I mean, I think that it's really increasing visibility, working on the blocks around being visible. So many
Mhm.
people hold themselves back. Again, I think that particularly the audience that you and I work with, they're
Yeah.
so skilled, they're service providers, they're very good clinicians, they're good at the work they do. And they keep taking certificates and trainings to add in new services, to add in new skills and things like that, rather than spending the time getting visible, which allows
Yeah.
them to help more people. And again, not just getting visible, but not just like showing up on your social media
Mhm.
and doing things, but actually also taking the steps to grow your audience and get in front of other people's audiences and turn them into your audience,
Yeah.
just like I'm doing right
Yeah.
now.
The
I'm
podcast.
getting in
Yes.
front of your audience.
Mhm.
I think people spend time creating content and doing more passive things and not
Mhm.
being proactive with really growing their audience. I think this is what happens too. Like even in the beginning when we're trying to sell new things,
Mhm.
we think like, oh, like I'll just create this course, I'll design this content for this course, and then people will magically find it. And that's what I did even with coaching, and that's why I struggle so much.
Yeah. I
Started
started off that way too. So
that second business. I thought just, outlining a coaching package, creating a sales page, and putting it on my website, I just thought people were going to start sending me thousands of dollars. And I
yeah.
was just going to like wake up to all those PayPal payments, and new clients. And I didn't think that I was going to have to put myself out there and talk to people. I really just wanted people to find me. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to have, sales conversations. I didn't want to engage and find out what people really needed. And
Mhm.
then when I found out what people needed, I didn't want to put myself in front of other audiences to show up as an expert. Again, like I felt like I was being visible. I felt like I was doing the things, like I wrote blogs for my own website that people never found. You
Yeah.
I showed up in Facebook groups and read what everybody else was doing and lurked, but didn't talk to people or didn't show up as an expert
Mhm.
or didn't contribute to the conversation. So I was sort of like in my own bubble. So I think it's really about getting out of that bubble,
Mhm.
getting in front of your audience,
Mhm.
seeing what they want, being willing to change what you think they need and
Yeah.
listen to what they actually need. You know, I think we get stuck in like the processes and thinking that people want to hear about our process and the process we take them through, but they don't really care about the process. They care that you understand where they're at, their pain points, and they care about that you understand where they want to be, whatever their goals are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. And
they don't care about the exact steps of the energy piece. Like, you know, when I work with you, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I just want to be here. You know, let's do whatever we need to do to make it happen. You know, people want the type of work that you're giving them, but again, you know, they're more interested in what they're going to get out of the work versus the process of it.
Well, and then there is that key, like you said, of visibility, which I went through that myself, and it felt like, oh, I'd get on and I'd feel like I was going to have a panic attack, and it's like, come on, it's no big deal. But once I worked on like that visibility energy, like, why is this happening? Where is this from? Pulling those roots out, and then feeling more relaxed, going visible. And then there's that other piece of, so you're comfortable being visible now. Now I need to throw out this, you know, circle of energy to draw in. And I'm sure you feel this because you get those ideal clients. When you throw that energy out there, you are pulling in those ideal clients that are meant to work with you specifically. And I've seen you do this beautifully. So I love that. It's like you cast that energy out, you sit back, and you still do the action steps. And that's where people, especially that are into energy, like myself, a lot of the energy workers miss that step because they feel like, you said, if we build it, they will come. And okay, that's great. You built it, but you have to take the inspired action steps, the divine guidance to get out there and pull those people in because they don't see you. If they don't see you, they don't know you're there. You know,
and it really is about, you know, for me, it's about helping my clients in 3 areas: the mindset piece, which involves the energy piece, the strategy piece, and then taking action. And I agree. I've worked with energy, you know, workers myself as clients, and they really do struggle with the action piece. They're so good at the energy piece and taking care of that piece and hoping that brings in the people. But again, if you're not visible, if you're not talking to people, if you're not getting out there, it's still not going to be easy for people to find you.
Yeah, it's the number one thing I think that needs to be worked on the most. And in my program, I do that too. It's like visibility. And you and I have worked on that with you too. But it's, I mean, I worked on myself. I mean, it's like most of us, unless it seems like most of the people, I'd probably say 80% of the people I work with have that key element that keeps them blocked from moving forward. So I'm glad that you brought that up. It's really important. Oh my gosh.
Really important, those 3 areas to be, you know, aware of all of them and to be moving forward in all of them. Because again, like, you could have the strategy, you could know what you have to do, and you could feel excited about it. But if you don't take action towards it, and when I have those ebbs and flows too, like we were talking about, like I struggle, it's because I'm not taking action, you know, and sometimes it's because of a little burnout. And I think it's also
run your energy, run the energy.
And I think it's also about finding out the flow that works for you. Like, I'm someone who does better with going all out and filling stuff and then pulling back a little bit and then going all out again.
Oh, like, instead of doing like, I'm going to spread it out throughout the day. Yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah. So that's really, I think, even for me, like, I've noticed, you know, it translates to my work week a little bit. Like lately, I think just with, you know, this is the time of coronavirus and the election, like, you know, my energy is really affected. Like, I really need more naps. And when I feel good, you know, I get out there, I do the work. And when I need to pull back and rest, like, I pull back and rest and try not to feel too bad about it.
Yeah, you just have to. I think that's the, it's hard when you understand the law of attraction, you understand energy and all that. It's hard because you're also an entrepreneur, and that entrepreneurs go, 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 go all the time, go, 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 until you just like can't go anymore because you didn't refuel, right? And then the other side's going, but you need to be stepping into this, you know, meditate or get rest and self-care. But the other side, it's a struggle, it's a balance, you know.
Absolutely.
Once you figure it out, though, it becomes very, very much easier. So I love that. Well, okay, so how can people get to know more about you? I would love to pass that information on.
Yeah, they can come follow me at Nicole Liloia on Instagram, and I would love to have a DM from you, like saying something you learned or just letting me know you listened to this episode.
Mhm.
And if you are interested in really getting clear on your goals, I really recommend going to NicoleLiloia.com/CIG and downloading my consistent income generator, which is the
Ooh.
tool that really helps you, that all my clients use. It really changes them because it allows you to break down get clear on a goal and
Mhm.
then break down how you're actually going to achieve that goal and add in the multiple income streams and be specific about it,
Mhm.
using my like goal chunking process. And it helps you get so much clarity, that then you can put the strategy in place, and your mindset's going to clear
Yeah.
because you're not going to be confused about how it's possible. It's not going
Yeah.
to feel big to you.
Yeah. I think the goal piece is a big deal for sure. Oh, that
Mhm.
sounds like a good
Having
one.
that plan. Yeah.
Yay. Well, thanks so much for being on here. And I just love sharing your story and what you've done. So I know it's going to help so many people to listen to this. And it's
Yeah.
just been fun, girl. I love you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for all the work you've helped me do in achieving my goals as well.
Oh, thanks. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for joining, and we will catch you for the next episode. Take care. Bye.